On the weekend of Memorial Day in 1980, a group of individuals decided to do something unthinkable. As families across the nation gathered for barbecues and solemn visits to cemeteries, honoring the fallen heroes of war, these individuals had a different plan in mind. In that weekend, the infamous Memorial Day heist of 1980 took place. A group of police officers decided to pull off a bank robbery. Almost unthinkable, right? Join us as we uncover the truth behind this audacious heist and discover what drove these folks to break the law on a day meant for honoring heroes.
It was one of the biggest crimes that committed in the century.
A crooked cop pulls off a bank job worth over $10 million.
In the year 1980, amidst the bustling streets of Medford, Massachusetts, career criminals Gerald Clemente, also known as Jerry, and Thomas Doherty, nicknamed Tommy, found themselves in a discussion with their cohort Joseph Bangs, also referred to as Joey. The trio, all serving as members of law enforcement within the Metropolitan and Medford police departments, were not your typical officers in blue. Rather, they became entangled in the corruption's web, with their badges acting as little more than fronts for their covert operations. Here's how it all began. As they huddled together, the conversation meandered towards potential targets for their next illicit venture. Joey and Tommy floated the idea of robbing a local television store, envisioning a quick payday. However, Jerry, the mastermind of the group, saw beyond the petty spoils of consumer electronics. Why settle for small-time gains when the real treasure lay within the fortified walls of a bank vault? And that's how their sights were set on the Depositors Trust Bank, a beacon of wealth nestled within the heart of Medford. But executing such a daring heist required more than just bravado. It demanded meticulous planning and a carefully curated team of accomplices. First on the roster was Arthur "Bucky" Barrett, a seasoned safecracker renowned for his deft hands and cool demeanor under pressure. Bucky's expertise extended beyond mere lock manipulation. He was also well-versed in bypassing sophisticated alarm systems, an invaluable asset for their upcoming endeavor. Next came Kenny Charlie Holmes, a burly figure whose strength matched his unwavering loyalty. With the physical demands of the heist looming large, Kenny's brawn would prove indispensable in transporting the inevitable haul of cash and valuables. And then there was Francis' brother O'Leary, a confidant of Joey's whose role in the operation seemed more nebulous than the rest. Despite his lack of technical expertise, Brother's steadfast assistance and moral courage served as a pillar of strength amid the turmoil of their illegal enterprise. With their crew assembled, the stage was set for what they believed would be the perfect crime. However, little did they know that their meticulously crafted plan would soon unravel, leading to consequences far beyond their wildest imaginations. The six of them met in Joey Bangs' basement to hear Jerry's plan. Their goal: the safe tucked away in the vault of the Depositors Trust Bank. Inside the vault were 1,000 safe deposit boxes, but the real jackpot lay behind a thick steel door. To crack it, they needed to navigate through a silent alarm, 18 inches of fortified concrete, and the lock on the safe door. Bucky Barrett, the expert on alarms, had to craft a device to block the alarm signal. It took him 2 months of intricate work to get it just right, testing each wire meticulously. Meanwhile, Jerry and Tommy scoped out the area before the heist. Jerry watched the streets at night, learning the patterns of the neighborhood, while Tommy inspected the bank during the day, checking out the vault's dimensions. Getting into the vault itself posed a challenge. They couldn't just stroll in through the glass windows without raising suspicion. Jerry's solution? Sneak in through the connected shop next door, using a lockpick to access the attic. Once in the attic, they'd use sledgehammers to break through the concrete wall into the vault's crawl space. Then came the tough part, breaking through 18 inches of steel-reinforced concrete. But with carbide drill bits, blowtorches, and a touch of dynamite, they were up for the challenge. To create a distraction, they planned the heist during Memorial Day weekend, when carnival celebrations would keep the streets buzzing all night. Once inside the vault, Bucky would crack the safe door while Joey and his friend Francis started on one side of the vault, and Jerry and Kenny tackled the other. Tommy kept watch outside, giving the all-clear every 30 minutes. After breaking into the safe, they'd gather the money and reconvene in Joey's basement to split the loot from a seemingly ordinary one-night job. Then they'd part ways, disappearing into the night, except for Tommy and Jerry, who'd continue working together as if nothing ever happened. The plan unfolded with precision. Bucky's ingenious device successfully neutralized the alarm system, allowing Jerry to deftly pick the lock of the adjacent shop. With the entrance secured, they resorted to dynamite to breach the reinforced concrete barrier. To mask the noise of their intrusion, sandbags were strategically placed, while the festive ambiance of the nearby carnival provided an additional layer of distraction. Meanwhile, Tommy diligently stood sentinel outside, ensuring their activities remained undetected. By the early hours of the morning, they finally gained access to the vault, greeted by rows of safe deposit boxes and the impenetrable steel door guarding the main safe. Bucky, with his expertise, commenced the arduous task of cracking the safe, a process that proved more time-consuming than anticipated. As the hours dragged on, frustration simmered among the group. When the safe was finally breached, their hopes were dashed upon discovering a meager sum of $60,000. Disgruntled and disillusioned, they reconvened in Joey's basement to assess their next move. The meager haul fell far short of their expectations, resulting in heated debate and gnawing dissatisfaction. Realizing that their efforts had yielded a disappointing return, the group devised a new strategy. Over the following days, they meticulously combed through the safe deposit boxes, refining their techniques and streamlining their operations to expedite the process. Their persistence paid off handsomely as they unearthed a treasure trove of riches totaling $10 million in cash and an additional $5 million in jewelry, a windfall that exceeded even their wildest dreams. However, their newfound wealth came with its own set of challenges. Selling the stolen jewelry posed a considerable risk given its potential traceability. Consequently, they made the prudent decision to divide the spoils among themselves, with Joey and Bucky entrusted with safeguarding the valuable gems and precious metals. As they divided the wealth in Joey's basement, Jerry issued a solemn warning, advising his comrades to maintain a low profile for the next 6 years to avoid attracting unwanted attention from law enforcement. Though they knew that their hard-earned wealth was in jeopardy, they reluctantly went along with it. Amidst the euphoria of their newfound riches, whispers of an unsettling rumor lingered in the air. Murmurs that some of the funds pilfered from the safe deposit boxes belonged to the notorious underworld figures of the mob. Even though it was written off as mere speculation, the threat of future vengeance hovered over their newfound wealth, acting as a stark reminder of the dangerous road they had chosen. On the morning of May the 21st, 1980, when the bank staff unlocked the vault, they found it empty. The FBI was called in for investigation, with Sergeant Thomas "Tommy" Daugherty working in cooperation with the local police. Despite the apparent setback, the group felt secure as long as they stayed out of trouble. Due to the notorious corruption within the police force, the FBI immediately suspected Jerry. However, Jerry remained steadfast in denying involvement. His mistress vouched for him, claiming he was with her all weekend, supporting his alibi. Although they agreed to wait until the statute of limitations expired, some members couldn't resist enjoying their ill-gotten gains. Joey turned to drug dealing, while Tommy and Jerry indulged in flashy lifestyles, frequenting Las Vegas. In 1984, tensions escalated between Tommy and Joey, fueled by drug use and paranoia. A violent confrontation ensued, resulting in Joey being shot by Tommy. Though injured, Joey survived and implicated Tommy in the heist. Tommy was put on trial for attempted murder, with Joey as a key witness. Jerry remained confident but overlooked the potential testimony of his ex-mistress, who provided crucial information to the authorities. With evidence mounting against them, the group was arrested. Kenny's possession of a watch from the heist linked him to the crime scene. In the end, Jerry, Tommy, Kenny, and Francis were imprisoned, while Joey received immunity in exchange for testimony. Meanwhile, Bucky, rumored to have ties with the mob, mysteriously disappeared. It's believed he was kidnapped and killed by mobsters seeking to reclaim their share of the stolen loot. And that wraps up the story of one of the biggest bank heists in New England. It's a cautionary tale about how greed, betrayal, and the desire for fast money can lead to disaster. When cocaine and mistrust entered the picture, it tore apart the group that was once close-knit, leading to their ultimate downfall. If you found this story gripping, Don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing narratives and insights into the world of crime and deception. Stay tuned for more captivating tales from history and beyond.